Hi everybody and welcome back to Suburban Homesteader WY, Arizona. And I'm standing actually right in front of my postage stamp garden, and I did a postage stamp garden challenge. But I have a problem with it today. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to move the camera around the other way, and I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. I'll show you my problem. So this is my postage stamp raised bed. And it was how much I could do, how much food I could produce in a little raised bed, and it's growing wonderful. The watermelons are trailing over, the beans are climbing the trellises. These are not bad problems. Even the zucchini over here is coming out the sides. So it's really growing good. But what my problem is, when I get back to the back, those two tomato plants have gotten so big, they are literally crushed on the screening. And they are coming out, and you just can't even see the artichokes anymore. But I took the screen off so that you could see it better. And you can see that it's just expanded outward. And those two small tomato plants have just gone crazy. Now I've harvested almost all of the radishes. And so there's some space in there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim up that zucchini so that it's not going into the raised bed. I'm just going to let the leaves go out. The peppers are growing great. There's lots of peppers on it. So it's really liking it. The Thai basil is really liking it. But when I try to push the leaves away, the zucchini leaves, the tomato leaves, I can't even hardly find my artichokes or my cabbages. And I had two artichokes. This very front one, when I first planted it, it basically looked like it had died. But the second was growing well, but now those tomato branches have just overtaken it and it's not getting any light whatsoever. And so those have to be pruned. And same with my cabbages. The light is not getting into them, so they're not growing like they should. And the idea is to get as much food possible out of one raised bed. So I'm trimming those zucchini leaves off, anything that goes inward towards the box. I'm going to trim the front of those tomato plants, and then I'm going to top the tomato plants. I'm going to cut all of the foliage off that very top. I'll just keep it pruned so it fits the size so I can keep my screening on. So if we get a hailstorm, I'm not losing all my produce. I'm just going to start to prune. Now the beans are about to flower. Now here it is all pruned. The zucchini, basically that one side I cut all off, I left the other side. Now you can see my artichokes. There's one there and there's one there. But they weren't growing before. The peppers will get more light. They will like that. The basil will get more light. And now the tomatoes are manageable. They'll set more flowers. I'll be able to pollinate the flowers much more easy with my electric toothbrush. And I just really topped them. I topped anything that was going to touch the screen. I took all kinds of side branches off. And now my artichokes and my cabbages will have lots of sunlight. And they'll get a lot more water too. Now the nice thing about this is it looks like there's a lot of space, but in a week's time, those artichokes and those cabbages will grow like crazy. And I took the watermelon and I made it go up the trellis too, because it was going onto the path all over the place. It has lots of flowers and I want them to set, and I can just make little hammocks to hold those. But now I can put my screening back on. I don't have to worry about hail damage. My plants overall are going to get more sunlight, more water penetration, and it will just be better. Though I know it's a hard prune, but in the long run, you will get more vegetables. Always like, subscribe, share with the world, and I will see you next time.